What's good, everybody? I'm BPC, and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Well, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson is set to face off against Beneil Dariush in the co-main event of UFC 262. Now, we all know Beneil is on a 6-fight win streak. He has 2 decisions, 2 submissions, and 2 knockouts over that run. Now, 3 fights ago, he was in basically a war with Close, and he got rocked in the fight. But he definitely showed his heart because he kept fighting regardless, and he eventually connected, and then he put on the pressure, and then he ended up getting his knockout victory. Now, that's what I think is interesting between these 2 fighters. They both went on long win streaks, and they both showed that they have heart. Because Tony, as we know, was on a 12-fight win streak, right? And in his fight with Anthony Pettis, he also got rocked. You know, and his fight with Lando, you know, he got rocked repeatedly throughout the first round. And then you look at the Kevin Lee fight, and he got dropped there. You know, he also got taken down and ground and pounded. And in all 3 fights, he ended up recovering and getting the stoppage victory in all 3. Now, with that being said, he is 0-2 in his last 2 fights, and he's been absolutely dominated. You know, Charles Oliveira, who's actually going to be in the main event of UFC 262, fighting for that lightweight vacant championship belt. And then, you know, you have Justin Gaethje, you know, who will eventually fight for the championship belt once again. Now, like I said, you know, he has lost 2 in a row, and he was absolutely dominated, and he happens to be 37 years old. You know, Beneil Dariush had stated that he does believe that Tony is towards the end of his career, but Tony is looking positive at it. He says that he hasn't even hit his prime yet. Now, whether that's just talk or whether he truly believes that is the question, but, you know, it is what it is. Well, the bookies have it, you know, Tony is a plus 130 underdog. Throw $100 down, you're collecting 130 bucks back. You know, Beneil, on the other hand, is a negative 160 favorite, so you're gonna have to plunk down a little bit of more money just to equal the same type of profit. Now, prior to this fight, I actually would have said Beneil was going to get the victory. You know, Tony is older, you know, and like I said, he didn't display anything in his last 2 fights to really say, like, okay, this guy has a chance. This guy's gonna, you know, change direction and start getting better. You know what I mean? I just didn't see anything there, you know? But with that being said, you know, Tony actually came out and he said that he felt like he fought drunk. You know, he said he let people hit him. You know, he would let people take him down, like Charles Oliveira took him down consistently. You know, Justin Gaethje just kept popping him and popping him. What I did notice is that he, you know, in those fights, he still showed heart, man. He got hit so many times by Justin Gaethje where a ton of other fighters would have just went down and been done with it, you know? And in the Charles Oliveira fight, you know, he was in the arm bar and his arm was like fully extended where anybody would have tapped in. He chose to hold on and just bear it out, you know? So, you know, he still has the heart. That's never gone. He's not a quitter by any means. But with that being said, you know, I just didn't see anything, right? But at least he's noticing his problems here. You know, he's like, I let people do this. I let people do that, you know? Because he figured at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to overcome it anyway, so why does it matter, you know? Well, he also stated that, you know, he has reached back to his old coaches, back to the Ultimate Fighter days. You know, he reached out to Brock Lesnar, so he has Lesnar giving him some advice, you know. He's reached out to a whole bunch of other coaches, and then his boxing coach actually is Freddie Roach. So that's actually promising, you know. He's surrounding himself with the people that are going to be able to help elevate his game, which is something I felt like he wasn't doing in the past, and now he's definitely doing it. He stated that, you know, this isn't Tony Ferguson 2.0, that basically he's just utilizing an Olympic mentality going into this, whatever that may be. But, you know, he wants to be more efficient. He doesn't want to just let people take him down, let people hit him, which is what you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? So I think it was, I don't know if it was laziness or he just felt so confident that he would overcome it, and that's why he felt like fighting that way. And, you know, he's getting to the point where he can't allow that to happen. You know, I believe he made a promise to his friends and family members that he wasn't going to take as much abuse as he had done in the previous fights. And if you don't do that, your career can last pretty long and can be really successful, you know? So that's good that he's finally getting on track. And I think that the combination of all these things are definitely going to help him in his upcoming fight. Now, a quick little fact that I thought was pretty interesting is that there's been 35 fighters that have gotten more than 5 submissions, right? Since the newer era. And with that being said, Tony Ferguson has had the lowest control time out of any of these 35 fighters. So what that means is Tony Ferguson is pretty much the most efficient individual when it comes to needing the least amount of control time in order to getting that submission victory. So that's just a little tidbit I thought I'd throw out there, and I thought it was definitely very interesting. So with all these factors combined that I just talked to you guys about, I'm going to now switch my, feelings about who I think is going to get the victory, and I'm putting my money on Tony Cucuy Ferguson to get the victory by third round submission. Now, I know you guys might be thinking I'm crazy on this, but I'm rolling with Tony, and that's just how it is. Go into the comment section below and let me know who you think is going to get the victory, what round, and by way of. Don't forget to go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code MMA148 so you can get this Competitive Origins no matter what t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I'm BPC, and remember, you've been competing since conception, whether you're competing against yourself or others. Competitive Origins.